Live, this is News Channel 8 Today on your side.
Heat advisories will be in place once again today. Taking a look at max defender rate right now, where temperatures are already warming up. Juliana Mejia will have your full forecast.
As we count the days to the start of the new school year, the largest school in Hillsborough County will open its doors for the first time today. 8 on your side's Beth Rousseau live with the impact it's expected to have on the community.
And in today's Kids Corner, a young man is giving back to kids in his hometown.
I want to talk to them about the things that they don't usually talk about with their friends. I want to be that cool person. I want to be like, hey, I'm in your corner and I want you to win.
What inspired him to become a mentor at the Boys and Girls Club and help the next generation pursue their dreams? Good Wednesday morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Avery Cotton.
And I'm Chris Martinez. I don't know about you, but I got an even earlier wake-up call this morning with some really loud thunderstorms. Checking now with Juliana to see what's going on out there.
If you see eye bags under my eyes, that's why. Right. I also was woken up by lightning like a solid 30, 40 minutes before my alarm was supposed to go off this morning. Heat advisory right now, just to jump ahead into this afternoon's forecast, because things are nice and quiet now on radar after some summery overnight conditions. The heat advisory active from 12 to 7 p.m. again today because of the forecast for feels like temperatures up to 110 degrees. This is a very persistent pattern now at this point. Right now, though, nice and quiet. Again, we saw some showers and storms rolling through. That has since fizzled out at 80 degrees right now. Not as warm, not as intensely warm, I should say, compared to yesterday morning. So we're already making improvements steadily here, but feels like temperatures in the upper 80s this afternoon. We're tracking a high of about 95. Got details coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Juliana. Well, right now, some minor tsunami waves are impacting parts of Hawaii as states on the country's west coast are under tsunami watch. Taking a live look here from Waikiki Beach in Hawaii, where evacuation orders were issued this morning. Alaska, California, Oregon, and Washington State are also on alert right now. Now, this comes after a powerful 8.8 magnitude earthquake rocked Russia's eastern peninsula late last night. New this morning, St. Pete police officers are investigating an overnight shooting in a neighborhood.
Officers say they found an injured 39-year-old man lying in the street by his car on 9th Avenue South. He was taken to a nearby hospital with life-threatening injuries. Now, this does remain an active investigation. We are working to find out if any arrests have been made. And developing now, the operators of both vessels involved in April's deadly Clearwater ferry crash are now facing charges.
So the captain of the ferry, Captain Dennis Kammerer, is facing a charge of not having an operating stern light. The ferry captain's son-in-law denounced that charge in a statement. He said, in part, the charge against Kammerer, who sustained life-threatening injuries in this tragic incident, is without merit. Meantime, the attorney for the operator of the other boat, Jeff Knight, is challenging charges against him, saying that they were based only on Knight's demeanor after the collision. In a statement, he says when a law enforcement agency charges someone based on how they looked, not what they did, that's not justice, that's opinion masquerading as law. At a press conference yesterday, FWC gave us some more insight into what they believe happened.
That 911 call, as it progresses, you can hear a voice that says, I don't want you to say anything. There's a lot of things that are being caught on that 911 call. So with that, we felt there was a significant change in an attempt to not stay.
We reached out to the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority, but they have declined to comment.
And we're also hearing from the family of Jose Castro, the man who was killed in the ferry crash. The family's attorney says they're satisfied with the charges filed. However, the mother of his children says she does not want him to be forgotten.
My daughters miss him every day. There's no explanation. There's no peace. This is a tragic time for us. It's not a day we don't think about my brother, and we remember this is it's been very hard days for us, very painful days.
Knight's attorney says the family is praying for all of those affected by the crash, and they look forward to setting the record straight in court.
Well, this morning we're hearing from one of the Treasure Island City Commissioners who police say was the target of a stalker. The suspect, Duncan Small, appeared in court yesterday. Police say he dropped off 4 letters at commissioners' homes in the middle of the night and telling them he knew where they lived.
Because of that, you have to go to sleep at night with protection on your nightstand. I mean, it is just to me completely unbelievable that that comes along with being a commissioner in this small town. To me, it's just really, really, really sad.
Police say they believe their suspect had an accomplice help deliver those letters who was captured on surveillance video. That person has not yet been arrested. Hillsborough County Commissioners will hold a budget meeting today. They're going to be discussing funding priorities for different projects and services. The public is invited to join and weigh in. This runs from 9 until 11 o'clock this morning at the Hillsborough County Boardroom. That's on the second floor at the County Center. Also today, Hillsborough school leaders will celebrate the opening of a new school with a ribbon cutting in Waimama.
8 on your side's Beth Rousseau joining us now live with a look at what the new site offers students. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. There's a lot of unique features that are going to be here at Morgan High School. Once the school opens to students, you can see the sign all fired up behind me ahead of the ribbon cutting today. This, most importantly, accommodates this area's explosive growth. We have been following along with the construction that's been happening here. Morgan High School, it accommodates 3,500 students. It's going to have an auto mechanic shop as well as a game design room, just a few of the things that students can enjoy when it opens at the start of this school year. Again, this really does accommodate for the area's explosive growth that we are seeing. Now, as far as the name Morgan High School, it's named after Aquila Morgan, who has served the school district for 40 years. She also was the first black teacher hired at Waimama Elementary School, and that is something that her family is very, very proud of.
From taking kids home, she worked with the PTA doing like the fall festival. She would even have like parent conferences. She told me like if their parents didn't come, she would drive to their house and have parent conference with the teachers. So she was about education.
So Morgan High School sits on an 87-acre site just off Westlake Drive. Some of the district leaders who are going to be here today for the school opening say that at some point in the future, this site will house an elementary and middle school as well. But today, it's all about the ribbon cutting for the high school. Those district leaders going to be here at 9 o'clock to make that happen. We'll bring you the latest. For now, we're live in Waimama. Beth Rousseau, 8 on your side.
All right, thank you, Beth. A groundbreaking ceremony for a new medical office building in Tampa will be held today. Advent Health's major expansion project will be a 5-story building featuring a new cancer center to expand clinical and specialty services for patients. It will also include the hospital's graduate medical education programs. That building expected to open its doors in the fall of next year. That ceremony today happens at 1 o'clock on Bruce B. Downs Boulevard.
The iconic Mixon Fruit Farms in Bradenton has a new owner. Manatee County Commissioners voted to buy the building to make sure it reopens for the community and remains locally owned. Mixon's has been a landmark for almost a century in the county. It started out as a fruit stand before being sold by its current owners. The farms closed down 2 years ago, but the county plans to reopen it and turn it into a community hub for workshops, educational programs, and micro gardens. Commissioners say they're already moving to get it back in shape, but a date for reopening has not yet been set.
Max Defender 8, the most accurate weather radar in Florida. Sponsored by ArmorView Window and Door.
Well, taking a look here at Radar on Loop. Oh, here we go. Let me go back here. I wanted to show y'all the showers and storms. What essentially last night was a little bit of ping pong of outflow boundaries from previous storms that then triggered more storms through those late night hours and into very, very early this morning, waking some of us up. But as you see, radar is nice and clear now as that has all since fizzled out. So current temperatures now checking in with where we're at. Low to upper 70s for some. Most of us here along the coast and along the water in the low 80s. Definitely not nearly as rough of a start to the day as yesterday was, but still mild and still warmer than average for this time of year. Feels like temperatures will again be the main focus today as through the later morning we climb into the mid and upper 90s for feels like triple digits for most of the late morning and pretty much the entirety of the afternoon. Once more, rain chances today going to be pretty limited, but I've got future radar to time it out for you coming up.
All right, sounds good. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Getting you started with a live look at I-275, also known as the good old Howard Franklin Bridge. No major issues to tell you about right now. If you're going to be moving between Pinellas and Hillsborough counties, it's going to take about 10 minutes across the Howard Franklin, 10 minutes across the Courtney Campbell, and a similar situation across the Gandy Bridge. If you're waking up in Polk County, we're still dealing with this closure traveling westbound along the Polk Parkway. You cannot get off on this Waring Road exit due to construction. You'll have to get off on the next exit up, which is Airport Road. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Deanne. Well, a dire situation in Gaza as families there face starvation.
The new poll showing how many Americans are shifting their opinion on the Israeli-Hamas war. Plus, new aviation legislation aims to save lives. How new technology could improve airspace communication.
And stay cool this summer with a cup of gelato, the new shop that's going to be opening up in St. Pete with ties to a beloved business.
Install our free WFLA streaming app. Watch live newscasts, plus original content like Tracking the Tropics. It's available right now on Roku, Apple TV, Samsung Smart TV, and Fire TV.